Hi everyone, today I will show you my sealed Fang deck with which I made 7-1 in Prague. So as we know, Fang has an ability that says that if the hero that we hit is marked, we create a fealty token. And then if we control 3 or more fealty token, the dagger attacks that we have will cost 1 less. So we will have 3 daggers and it's really a lot of value. The thing is that creating fealty token is not that easy in limited. So an ideal turn with this weapon would be attacking with the first weapon, then playing an instant or a reaction that is draconic on this first chain link, so that the weapon takes +1 and go again, and then attacking with the second weapon, playing another instant, and then finishing with an attack. So this would be an ideal turn with Fang. So in this deck, we would like to play a number of blues that is around 8-10 blues. Okay, so in this case I had 9 blues that are this one. The important thing is that these blues are block 3, and as you can see these are all block 3 apart from this one. And especially a very good blue to have is the put in context, that is a defense reaction that, okay, it can only defend an attack with 3 or less base power, but almost all attacks will have 3 or less base power in this format. And it's really good to have defense reaction because like we have Arachne and Fang that have a lot of attack reaction, of course. Also, I had 1 yellow so that to have more resources in different turns. So it is really bad when we draw 4 reds in this format, or also when we draw 4 blues, so of course. But the core of the deck, which is really important, is to give go again to our weapons. If we cannot give go again to the weapon, we will have probably a bad turn. So we want to have a lot of draconic, instant, and reactions. So we have Tooth of the Dragon, we have Bleach Fealty. These 2 are instant, and also I have a third instant, which is Rake Over the Course. So these 2 are commons, so are really easy to find. Tooth of the Dragon is really good, probably one of the best cards in the deck. The only problem is that it doesn't block, but it says that the next draconic attack this turn gets +3. So this means that if I attack with my weapon, and probably the opponent, if he wants to block, he will block the first attack because it's the one that usually is pumped. We will play Tooth of the Dragon so that the sword goes to 2. But then the second dagger attack will have +3, so it will be a 4. So, and the same happens with Pledge Fealty, that makes a fealty token. So with these 2 cards, we are like baiting the opponent to block the first attack, but then we attack with the second one. And also the Rake Over the Course will give +1 to all the draconic attacks in the turn, which is not bad. And also this instant, draconic instant, play around the equipment that takes +1 when the opponent plays a defense reaction. So they are pretty good. Also, apart from the instant, I have 5 draconic attack reaction, which are Imperial Intent, which is cost 1 but cost 1 less for each draconic chain link and gives +2. So usually, basically it costs 0. Then we have Dynastic Dedication, Sizzling Steel, Searing Gaze, and Sisters of Fire. So these 2, Sizzling Steel and Searing Gaze, will have a more powerful effect if they go on the second chain link. And these type of cards block for 2, but they are pretty flexible because they can go also on the first chain link. On the opposite, like Sisters of Fire, will block for 3, but it will only go on the second chain link, so it's less powerful because, I mean, it's more powerful when you can play it, but it can break your hand. Then, what I think is important is to play like some defense reaction. So we saw the blue, but then we have 2 Den of the Spiders. That is a really good card, and if it blocks an attack with attack greater than its base, it will mark the opposing hero. So it's really good against, of course, Fang and against Arachne. And then in my deck I played 4 attacks, which are really good as chain ender, or in the case of this card, chain starter. So this is a majestic that I found, is Out of Loyalty. So we can play it only at the start of the turn, it's a 4 go again, but we can play only draconic cards for the whole turn. And then we have all strong cards like For the Dakai that create a Filthy token, so it's really good, cost 0. And 2 1 for 5. So Ante Hunter and Pursue the Pits of Despair with pretty good effects for both of them. And they all block 3, so good cards. Finally, we got the warrior reaction and action. So I have 3 attack reaction that are not draconic, 2 are warriors, so to the point and incision, and then Razor Reflex. So these cards are okay, but they are not really fundamental, as we really want the draconic reaction, also to pump the weapon. And then we have the action that gives +3. So Vengeance and Hunt the Killer are pretty good because they will mark the hero if they hit it. We have Cut Deep that gives +4 to the next dagger attack. Finally, we go to the equipment. So basically the main equipments that I was playing were this one. So this. So we had the visor, the gloves and the boots that were from the Red Alert, and then the Heart of Vengeance. So these 3 are good because it takes +1 if the opponent plays an attack reaction on the chain link. But a lot of time the opponent can bait it with an instant like this one. So it will only block for 1 in that case. And then we have the Vengeance equipments that block 1, and they have some effects against Arachne. Also like the head and the arms. So the best piece of equipment in the format probably is the rare one that I didn't found. That it's just, it has Guardwell and it gets +1 when it's defending a weapon. So you can defend a weapon blocking 2, or otherwise you can block first a normal attack for 1, and then it takes -1, and then again block for 1 on a weapon because of Guardwell. And but yeah, if you find them, I think you have to play them. Otherwise, these are okay. Also, the Vow of Vengeance against Arachne is pretty good because you can mark it without conditions. So you don't have to hit, you don't have to do anything. You just destroy this, mark target Arachne. So if you hit, then you make a Filthy, which is really good to unlock your hands. And yeah, that's it for my deck, for the deck that I played in Prague. And so thank you for watching, and see you next time.